Okay, part 3 of the Flickr browser app. We're on video 8, setting up material design and the other cool stuff that we've talked about in previous videos. So let's get into it. Okay, so what we want to do is set ourselves up so that when we click on an item, a particular row, that will actually open up another screen and we can actually see the full photo and so forth. So to do that, what we need to do is we need to create a special listener that will receive input when we actually click something, because obviously now at the moment nothing's working. So what we need to do is go back to our project. We need to create a new class, and it's going to be a Java class, and we're going to call it Recycler Item Click Listener. Recycler Item Click Listener. Okay. And it's going to implement, we'll type implements recycler view dot on item touch listener. So that again enables us to actually receive events from taps on our recycler view. So we're going to create a public static interface first. Public static interface on item click listener, and we're going to have two methods: public void on item click, which accepts a view, and a position, which will be the element number, effectively, so we can refer to our array list or our list of objects. It will actually be the position that's been clicked, and whoops, that's meant to be just an interface. So it shouldn't. We're not actually creating that functionality here. So we've got on click, but we've also got another function called on item long click. On click with exactly the same parameters, the view and the position. Now this click and long click are two different ways that we can track. So obviously they are as you would think they would be. A long click is if you hold down and tap it for a longer period of time. An item click is literally just a tap and then a finger release. So what we can do technically is we can add functionality for both of these. Now we're only going to actually implement the long click, but the short click we're just going to create a toast message just to sort of confirm that it actually does work. All right, we need a couple of things here. We also need an on-click listener, private, on item click listener. We'll call that mListener. And we need a private gesture detector, which we need to implement the taps and the, whether it's a long tap or not. And that's what our basic interface is going to be about. Okay, so I'm going to start, and we're going to put a public recycler item click listener, context, final recycler view, and the on item click listener itself, which we're going to call listener. And I've got a typo there. Okay. And we're going to put mListener equals the past listener. Gesture detector equals new gesture detector. Context, new gesture detector. Dot simple on gesture detector, because our listener, I should say, because it's the functionality we're after is not particularly complicated. And we're going to override a function, a public boolean on single tap up motion event E. Really simple. We're just going to return true. And then we're going to do it on long press, public void on long press, motion event E, view child view. We'll explain this when we get to the stage of implementing it in our recycler view. Find child view under e.getX. So basically what we're looking for now is where the user is tapped. e.getY. So we're basically finding the row, if you will. If child view is not equal to null, so in other words we have found something, and the listener is not equal to null, so we have actually saved that, then mListener dot on item long click. So we're going to simulate a long click effectively. Recycler view dot get child position. Child position, and that will be child view. Okay. And whoops, I didn't finish that off. And it's not equal to null is what I should have put. Okay. And I missed a bracket in the wrong place here. That bracket shouldn't have been there. And that will then fix this up. Okay. So type public void on intercept touch listener, sorry, touch event, recycler view, motion event E. I'm going to put view, child view equals view.find child view under. And again, we're checking the location to see whether there is a child under there. And a type of that should be Boolean because we're returning a true or false. That's what it's complaining about. And if child view is not equal to null and mListener is not equal to null, and this time also mGesture detector dot on touch event E, m.listener dot on item click. This time it's not a long click, it's a regular click. On item click, child view dot get child position, and of course that's child view. We're going to return false. Okay, and then the final one, which is going to be an empty method, which we need to still implement. Public void on touch event recycler view motion event and we're not going to have any functionality in there at all. Whoops, recycler view, that should have been all one word. Recycler view, like so. And it's an empty method basically, just so that we're actually implementing what we need to. And we'll get rid of some of these. I'm just going to clean that up and we should be good to go. So essentially this code, you don't really need to understand too much about it because it's all happening behind the scenes. We're going to implement this code in our adapter, in our recycler view, so that it actually checks for both a click, it's like a simple tap, a quick tap or a longer tap. And we can then create functionality for the view depending on what has been, depending on the event that's occurred. So with that done, no errors, we can go back to our main and now, our main activity. And what we're going to do before we finish off this video is we're going to do a quick implementation of this new functionality. So we're going to go to where we set the adapter at the top. We're going to add the listeners. At the moment we wrote the class, the recycler item click listener, which is a generic class that'll work for any recycler view. Now what we want to do is implement this into our class. So to do that, we're going to put mRecycler view dot add on item touch listener new recycler item click listener. You can see that's come up automatically and it knows that we've created that. So I'm just going to press enter. And the parameters we're going to pass are this. We're going to pass the recycler view in question, which is our very own view. So in other words, we want the results to be coming from there. Then we're going to do a new recycler to on item click. That one there. Enter. I'm going to make a bit of space so you can see what I've actually done there. And I'm going to try and just separate that so it's a little bit more readable. So that's the line mRecyclerView.add-on item touch listener new recycler item click listener, which we're passing the context of this, which is this current class. We're passing ourselves effectively recycler view. Then we're creating a new recycler item click listener .on item click listener, and in here, this is where we can put the functionality to check whether we're actually getting those events now. So we're going to make this very simple before we end the video. I'm going to create a toast message, toast.makeText, main activity.this, and we're just going to say normal tap, and we're going to do a length.short, just a quick message on the screen, and we'll do a show. So that's if there's a normal click. And we're going to put a long click. Or long tap, I should say. Okay, so we've got those two pieces of functionality added now. So let's check to see whether this works, whether these events are being generated. So what we'll do is we'll run it. We'll just run it on our Lollipop Genie Motion, which I always select the wrong one. And now if I click one, you can see the message down the bottom, normal tap. And it doesn't matter where you tap. So if I hold down my mouse button, I'll get a long tap. But a quick tap and release, I get a normal tap. Tap, tap, and these toast messages are a little bit delayed because we're running on the emulator. Wait till it disappears. But now if I hold down, I get a long tap, as you can see. All right, well, I'm going to end this video here. It's gone on for long enough. In the next video, we're going to continue on and we're going to create our sort of photo details activity and start building up the layout for that so that we can actually show the full photo, etc. on the screen. So I'll see you in that next video.